And welcome back to What If. We are on part part 8, 9? I think we're on 9. Give me a second to double check that. I think we're on part 9, yeah. Of What If No One Knew Naruto was the Jinchiuriki. Now, at this point, we're in the Shippuden era of the series. So at this point we have reached the point where, or at this point we've reached the point. We have reached the point where some people, because a couple people, in the scenario where no one knows Naruto's a Jinchuriki, someone would adopt him. It would make sense, and because of the circumstances of how he got sealed, it makes sense that at least one or two people knew who he was. Yeah, we're on part 9. And Domino's here too. And I'm outside, as you can tell, because it's nice out. Yes, enjoy the nice day out, you silly puppy. We've reached the point where several people do know he is the Jinchuriki, but they all more or less accept him for what it is. I mean, Hinata knows at this point. She's fine because she loves him. Obviously, Kakashi, Jiraiya, and the third knew. The third's dead, unfortunately, but those two still knew. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sasuke, basically anyone who was involved in this Sasuke retrieval arc, the retrieval mission, they also know. So that's your good girl. You be outside and make... Yeah, that's your good girl making pee-pees outside. Good girl. You'll get a treat for that. She's been having some problems, so we're trying to reward her for going outside and doing her business now. Good girl. You good girl. You good girl. You good girl. Good pee. So, yeah, they know at this point. So that's where we are right now. We just got back. We just finished up the basically the let's see how strong you are portion of the arc where they return. Should note that Naruto basically has a version of his previous outfit, but with that red sage cloak. Because again, I have no idea why they just got that. Will boggle my mind why they threw away that red sage cloak. That looked awesome on him. Was it that he was looking too much like his dad? And it's like, no, we don't want people to know, even though you spoiled it in that fight, in that arc, that, everything we knew was true, and Minato was his dad, so why? I don't know. Hinata's wardrobe hasn't changed. Sasuke, if I remember correctly, I gave him a wardrobe that pretty much looks like a short, kind of something similar to what's the best way to put it? He wears kind of not a full-on trench coat, but a jacket himself that has a black jacket, same color as the shirt he wore, the outfit he wore in the Chunin arc. And they all wear the Chunin vests, obviously. Well, they don't, actually. He wears a Chunin vest. I imagine he would, just like Naruto would. But it has the Uchiha symbol on there, and Sakura's outfit is the same. Now that I've gone through all the exposition, after the fight, they all are having like a dinner, we're catching up, everything like that. So, and Kakashi's like proud of his son, everything along those lines, and Hinata's there. It's like, yeah, my Naruto, I'm back, and it's like, they're holding hands and enjoying each other's company. And Sasuke and Sakura, I think it needs to be said where their relationship stands at this point. I'll be honest, I don't see anything about... even in the story, I don't get why Sasuke went for... I also don't get why Sakura was real, besides the fact that he was a good-looking guy. I was like, oh, I feel so, because like, you know nothing of this guy's personally. And then when you found out, like, you want to try to relate to him, well, thank you, but no. Likewise, but sure, you can see the infatuation with her, or for her, but with Sasuke, I don't know why he eventually wound up with Sakura, if I'm granted, there's no one else in the original series that we actually see play off of well enough, but I don't see why he would have ended up with Sakura, honestly. I don't see that. I don't see the actual attraction or anything along those lines. I see the friendship that kind of still there, but I don't see an attraction, like, romantically. Is it just because Sakura loved him, said she loved him, that you did that? But in this one, I actually think because Sasuke didn't go to the dark side, and didn't abandon the village, he has enough time. He has a lot more time to interact with him when he's not, training. He comes back to the village, gets supplies, spends a little bit of his free time training, Sakura, bothers him for things along his life, but they still they're still friends. And I think it just reached the point where Sasuke just eventually just, look, Sakura, I respect the fact that, you're my teammate, and you know what? I'll be honest, I do consider you somewhat of a friend. But look, I'm not interested. I was not interested in you that way when we were younger. It hasn't changed now. Even though you've grown up a little, because that's the thing, when you really break it down, besides the fact that Sakura did get stronger, Sakura's personality didn't. When you really think about that for a second, when you break it down, Sakura didn't change a damn bit throughout when the time skip happened. She still acted the exact same way. She acted a little bit more mature. She acted like a slightly matured up version of her younger self, but that was it. There was no dramatic character change with Sakura at all. She still wanted to help, and she was able to help, so there was that, but that's not a character change. So ultimately, why would her not changing at all, and Sasuke being there, really attract him to her? And I think that he wouldn't be mean about it. I think he would just say, "Look, Sakura, let's be fair. Nothing. I don't think it's gonna happen to it. I'm just, I don't think of you that way. I think you more as a sister, honestly. And I think that'd be a better way to put it. I think he said you think of her as a sister, and that would probably, break her heart for a bit, but she'd learn to get over it and things along those lines. And where will we stand now? Well, I don't think Sakura's seeing anyone at this point. I think she's fine the way she is right now, focusing more on her strengthening herself. Sasuke, I could see him maybe with someone, but if he gets with someone, I'm not going to say who it is right now. I will say that at the moment, neither of these two are in a relationship. But the chances of a relationship are possibly there in the future. I think Sakura maybe had gone on a few dates, maybe with Lee or someone, just because Lee always expressed that he was attracted to Sakura and had a thing for Sakura. Maybe she gave him a chance, and maybe it didn't work out, and Lee understood that, and I think thanked Sakura for the chance, because that's kind of the guy Lee is. But anyway, I digress. So that is kind of where we stand on those two. They're friends. They understand things. They're not in a relationship right now. Now, we cut to Naruto and the gang being brought into, basically, hey, you've been gone for a while. Walk dogs. We're tuning at this point. We're all tuning. It's like, yeah, well, walk dogs. No, I don't think she'd do that, honestly, because they all are tuning at this point. Naruto was the only one who actually got the tuning promotion, if you remember. So, and everyone is tuning, Neji still a Jonin, Tamari, Kankuro, Jonin, all that. So, they're getting a mission, but then they hear that, Gaara was kidnapped. And then they hear that and be like, okay, you're getting a new mission because Naruto has experience with Gaara. Kakashi, you're in charge. Like, I know. It's like, got it. And then, they go off and they go out. And Jiraiya's there to greet them. Just be careful, kids. Like, yeah, I got it. So they head off, and there's exposition, whatnot. They meet Tamari. There's not much they can say except that Kankuro still gets his ass kicked by Sasori. They show up. Now, Sakura's still skilled enough, I think, too, because she's been learning under Shizune. She hasn't really been learning under Tsunade, though I'm sure because learning under Shizune, she picked up some things from Tsunade. Not a whole lot, but she did pick up probably a little bit. Just learning by observation kind of thing. So she is still strong enough to, save Kankuro, get the poison out. Kakashi still gets attacked by Grandma Chiyo. Naruto and Sasuke both kind of block the attack. He's like, what the hell is that about? Like, I was just kidding. He's like, eh. Just did a switch of, huh? So there's that. Really, nothing's going to change seriously until we get to Team Guy being sent out as well. Now, and then, them running into the dummy versions of the clone versions of them. So the Kasame fight with Team Guy, it's going to go the same. The fight with Itachi clone and Sasuke and Team 7, that's not going to go the same way. That's going to go a lot less in Itachi's favor, if we're going to be honest, because A, Sasuke is there. He's had a lot of years to be a lot more level-headed about this. He's got a Sharingan on. He's got a Sharingan just like Kakashi does. Now, granted, even with this Sharingan, Kakashi couldn't tell that wasn't the real Itachi. because Itachi basically was operating through that. So he had all the mannerisms, all the the voice, the feel of Itachi. He did. So there's no real way to really distinguish that unless, say, maybe like a sense of smell thing took place. Even then, I don't think. Well, no, I would actually say that maybe someone like Akiba or something like that, someone's going to heighten their sense of smell to actually figure it out, because it's a jutsu, and maybe the smell's masked, but it's not. It's probably not hidden. So there's got to be some telling feature about that jutsu that could give him away. Maybe Naruto using the Cubist chakra could figure something out. I don't know. But point being, Itachi tries his luck out. He knows that with the 5 of them, I take that back. 5 of them there, he couldn't really take them all on. Sasuke's going to come in fast. He's going to use a genjutsu, but, Sasuke counteracts that genjutsu. Naruto can counteract his the genjutsu with the blast of chakra, thanks to the Kurama's chakra. So ultimately, that fight's gonna go really sour really fast for that Itachi clone. So they're gonna end up getting to Chiyo's actually fast, or Gaara's a little faster. They rip off the seal. Naruto, unfortunately, even though he knows he's got a lot of sealing knowledge, he knows the only way to take out the seal is to rip off those tags. And I think they would see, because they were able to save some time on that. At least Team 7 was. Naruto maybe will use the clones to do that, find them, and and because I think they just barely saved Gaara before it's like they fully suck out all the Shikaku out of him, and then Naruto just basically throws seeing as I have these here, it's like stop, and Naruto just pulls out his blade and just does a solid airstrike at them, which interrupts the entire thing. And and then Gaara's body falls down. There's barely any of the Shikaku's spirit, but there's enough there that he's not gone. So he's still there, and Gaara's not fully dead. At least, if we're going from a percentage standpoint, he had about 95% of him sucked out. There's about 5% Shikaku left in him. Enough chakra that he's still got better than average reserves. And he's he doesn't have the void. Basically, Shikaku's conscious is pretty much all been sucked out, but he's still got a little bit of that chakra left in there, and it can slowly build back up into Shikaku again. Maybe. I don't know the true biology of a tail beast. Hello, puppy. You enjoying being outside for a change? Actually going outside, and she's been so agoraphobically not wanting to go outside. But if someone's out here like me right now, it's like, yes, I'm liking being outside with you. Yes, I like being outside with you. Oh man, you must be thirsty. You got a little foam at the mouth there. Oh, rabbit dog! Oh no, rabbit dog! It's just hot. Man, you got dog drool going on, dog. Wow. Boop. No, okay. Just thought someone was coming. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought someone was pulling, which means I have to interrupt and restart this video. But no. So that's gonna go. Now, basically, we get to the Sasori and Deidara fight of it, or Deidara. That was a Deidara fight of it. Now, he still, I think, tries to kidnap Gaara, but the problem is that Sasuke's right there. He immediately just uses that lightning extending Chidori blade thing. I can't remember exactly what it was called. Stabs his bird, which shorts out the bird, and and then cuts off bird. Naruto immediately sends some clones and catches Gaara. And now they're immediately hightailing it. Deidara's like, crap. All right, man, Sasori, my man, let's get out of here. He's like, we can stay, and basically they're going to try to take them on, even though there's a lot of them. So I imagine it'd be broken up kind of how it originally was. It was Kakashi, and actually I think it'd be Kakashi and Sasuke, to be honest. I think Naruto would send some clothes to get Gaara into a safe place, where Naruto, Chiyo, and Sakura take on Sasori. So we'll start off with the the Deidara, Sasuke, and Kakashi scene. Deidara's going to be on the series run on this because Sakura's got yeah, so many S's. Sasuke has actually more long range techniques, lightning style wise anyway, than Kakashi does, if I'm not mistaken. Jinchiuriki, but yeah. So yeah, and then he also has the summoning hawk technique, which I have given him at this point, bypassing the summoning snake technique. So he summons the hawk, and they can now just tail him. They can just blow up his explosives at the top, at what they tries to throw at him, and Hawk maneuvers around there. Kakashi then activates his Kamui, and tries to is able to manage to take off Deidara's arm. Deidara's like crap, and then Sasuke is also firing the pulse lightning at him, blasting his bird apart. They've got him on the run, but unfortunately, he will still, I think, get away with that. With that exploding clone jutsu, that clay explosive, so, like that's, I don't know exactly what he called it, but that exploding clay technique where he ate the clay and exploded and turns out it was a clone. Still think he tricks him with that, but I don't think Kakashi uses the Kamui again to escape. I think they just get out of there is what they do. So there's that. They basically fly on Sasuke's hawk and get out of there. Cut over to Sasori versus Chiyo, Sakura, and Naruto. That fight would go about the same, involving Chiyo and Sakura, but Naruto's there to provide actual offensive, legitimate, non-puppet support and long-range and mid-range support. Being able to do things like cutting the chakra strings is going to be a big advantage Naruto has in this, because he can just put chakra into his blade, cause a swipe, and just cut through things. Sasuke's going to get rightfully annoyed by this eventually, so then he just shows off his normal puppet. The fire in the water is going to be irritating dudes. Naruto is able to block the fire for the most part with his water jutsu, but then the water's coming and it's so pressurized he's got to get out of there, so he basically is using himself as a distraction, forms a Rasengan tornado fist explosion combo, and then just blast to counteract it, but the water is pressure, so it's really, they're colliding. And it's like just mess of water and wind. However, as he's focusing on there, he forgot Chiyo and Sakura there. Sakura blows him apart. However, his heart is still there, whatever that was. He possesses another puppet, tries to come in. Chiyo comes in to stab him again. And eventually it will lead to Sasori being defeated. Ultimately, Naruto does play enough of a factor that I don't think they get poisoned very much. I honestly think... I think there might be one or two instances of them getting poisoned, but they'll have enough time to avoid getting most of the damage they ended up taking. I think Naruto being there adds a great deal of support that they needed. Naruto has enough techniques under his belt that he could easily, honestly, I'll be honest, Naruto, especially if he decided to use the Fox Cloak, could probably beat Sasori at this point. Just given the nature of these two fighters, those chakra strings are dangerous, but Naruto can easily just cut them the ribbons, exploding shadow cones, sealing techniques. Naruto would definitely have a lot in store. In fact, I could see that also being a thing where Naruto places chakra absorbing seals all around the arena, and then when he summons that giant army, Naruto just goes, basically just does a hand sign, and all his chakra just sucks, and they just fall to the ground. So it's like, what? And it's like, and he's starting to can't not move right. And it's like, actually, and I think that would be the more likely option, that Naruto's been using him as a distraction, then them using Sakura and Chiyo as offense. He places seals all over the place, and then eventually just sucks out all the chakra strings. In fact, most of the chakra, and then you basically just capture Sasori's actual organ when they realize that what he is, or what it is, and they just capture that, and now it's like, we got you where we want you, and basically they actually now have Sasori under wraps. They have, but as a good sign of good faith to the hidden sand village, they decide to give it over to Chiyo. Basically, Naruto seals him away, and they give it to Chiyo for the sand village. So ultimately, Gaara survives, barely, but he survives. He's still got a little bit of Shikaku power. It might grow a little bit again, chakra builds, but ultimately the Shikaku has overall been taken. If you remember too, is that when they activated the Ten Tails, or the ceiling statue, which was the Ten Tails, They didn't. They used a little bit of the chakra from Killer Bee and the chakra that was in the demon. Those brothers. I can't remember the Kinkuju or Kagachu. I can't remember who they were exactly. I can't remember their names. But they did use the minor bits of the Tail Beast chakra in those characters to activate the statue. So they don't need all the chakra. They just need some of the chakra. Really, it wouldn't be a complete 10 tails, but it'd still be the 10 tails. So ultimately, yes, they rescue Gaara. Chio is still alive. She doesn't have to sacrifice herself, and they can now keep Sasori under wraps. And they can basically, if they need to execute him, they will. Otherwise, yeah, it is what it is. So they leave. Kakashi is still able to walk, though he's pretty tired out. He's pretty winded. And they basically head out. Nothing serious in terms of the story elements have changed in this, but Chio is still alive. Gaara didn't die, so Chio's still alive. Sasori is still dead. Deidara's tricky, so he's still or Deidara. Deidara? Like Hansel? He still made it out. Ultimately, no, not a lot changes still at this point. Where it's going to probably change is honestly once we get past this point. Because remember, the reason they met up with Orochimaru was to possibly get Sasuke back. Orochimaru still very much probably wants Sasuke. So, how's that going to play out now? We're going to have to see how that plays out. But we're going to have to wait till next week to do that. Until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero, Magic, what if, anything I do on this channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. There'll be a who would win tomorrow. It's a normal, pretty normal week for me in terms of my videos I do. So just keep your eyes out for those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.